Good afternoon, traders. This is Raksha from Absolute Analytics. It's been a long time I have shared the charts or analysis of other strips. There is a good reason for that I'll be telling you later. First, let us concentrate on something very interesting, and it's something which actually happens in the real time market, but we tend to ignore that because we are full of so many contents, so many ideas which are being told to us or which we have read somewhere, and we tend to blindly follow it without even understanding that what is the concept behind that. And that is what it I'm going to show you now, because here in Absolute Analytics I will always and always make you understand that if something is happening with a price action, why it is happening, how it is happening, and what can be the other sort of actions. So here right now is Bharti Airtel chart, and it is a daily chart. As you can see, I have drew some lines and parallel channel here, and this line shows a head and shoulder pattern. Well, most of the trader would probably ignore this head and shoulder pattern in Bharti Airtel because it is not perfect. If you go through any book on candlestick patterns, or if you even use the inbuilt head and shoulder indicator of trading view also, you will not that will not identify it as a head and shoulder. So I'll just run you through what exactly I am looking as per my experience and as per what I have been watching and observing the charts for. So this is the left shoulder here, this is the head here, and the right shoulder. This is all are visible, but this structure lacks a clean symmetry that a textbook will usually show us. So what is interesting is that some of the best moves often comes after these kind of imperfect patterns. Why? Because they create the confusion. Okay, one group sees the valid head and shoulder, other group dismisses it completely based on the rules and based on the adamancy of no, it is not perfect, so I'm not going to do it, or a fear though it is not perfect, so it's going to backlash me. So this is where trading psychology, including the trading experience, work. So well, traditionally anyone would enter on the break of the neckline, which is like right now as it is visible on the chart. But with this structure, there are generally two approaches. This kind of structure, which I'm talking about right now. So we have a head and shoulder near about, not a clear head and shoulder, but near about kind of a head and shoulder pattern. And then this channel here which I have drew is the gray zone here. Gray zone as in there are so much of volatility and so much of movements there where the prices are being pushed up again. How many times? Like multiple times it has been done. One, two, three, four, five, six, like multiple times it has been going back again, and then ultimately it has formed a proper right shoulder here. So I was talking about two approaches. The first approach is the conservative one, is like to wait until the price clears all these downside pivots and it confirms the weakness. That means anything which is going below this level, which had the low which has been made on 13th of May, or the low which has been made on 2nd of April. So this zone, if it is breached, mark this zone here. So when once this zone is breached, we can take a entry here, or we can wait for the price to even retest it as a resistance. When the support turns into resistance, that will confirm the weakness of the approach. And as per the bookish target, the target of head and shoulder pattern is always the range of head, but this range will not be calculated from this area, it will be calculated from the neckline, which is here. So 350 points down, that is almost around 1453. So this is something which will be the target based on the head and shoulder pattern. Okay, now the aggressive approaches will be on the break of the trend line. Like now it has formed the proper a proper right shoulder here. We'll check for the volume confirmation here for the breakout, definitely. because in one thing which will not change is the involvement of volume in any pattern. That has to be perfect even if the structure is not perfect, and that structure of volume is that volume should always be diminishing during the formation. Like here there will be a lot of volume, then it will be diminishing in the coming later other head and other right shoulder here, and it should be increasing on the breakout. So that has to be taken care of, that has to be observed very clearly. So the aggressive approach which I was telling you is to trade on the neckline itself, the break and retest of the neckline, but then reduce the expectations and focus on the first small target, because the first small targets will not be the bookish target or the textbook target which is for the full measured move, but then the targets will be smaller. Like if we take it on a retest here, then our targets will be like 1783 to 1770, then to 1750 and 1737, till it clears this gray zone, till it actually clears this gray zone. Okay, so that is how the price action it works and reacts around liquidity and the order blocks. And this area is the area of order block, because you have seen how it has been swept away the sell trades multiple times. Like you can see it's visible here, that's the kind of orders which has been taken. Now this is something which I don't think so many people or many trader would explain you, because it will not come only by following someone blindly, it is also watching and observing by yourself. So learn what market is telling to you, because it is always and always giving you and telling you a story. Well, this has become a little bit lengthy. I thought I will complete this within a minute here, but see how interesting it is. And when it comes to charts, you can like spend the entire day on it. So this is what Bharti Airtel is. It is purely educational purpose. I am just explaining you how the market works. It is not any trading proposal or trading projection here. I'm just explaining you how the real market works with the chart and the patterns and other formations which we see on a day-to-day basis. On that note, signing off. This is Raksha from Absolute Analytics.